Greetings, Raider Nation. Welcome to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. Monday night, y'all. Let's get it.
Inside Allegiant Stadium for the first time this year. Touchdown Raiders! Jack Jones! For the touchdown! And drilled from behind! Balls out! Big man running! Raiders!
Yo, what is the deal? Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Raiders Unfiltered. We have some things to talk about. I hope everyone had a good weekend. It was a great show on Saturday. Shout out to my guy Joe Morley. Appreciate you tapping in with us on Saturday. If you guys didn't watch that episode, make sure you guys head on over after the show and catch that episode of Good Morning Raiders with our guy Joe Morley. It was great insight for sure. But appreciate everyone tapping in on this Monday afternoon, evening, depends where you're at. If you're on the West Coast, it's 5 o'clock. If you're in the East, it's dinner time almost, or past dinner time. Some people eat dinner at 5 o'clock. So I don't know. It just depends where you're at. But if you're new, make sure you head on over and check in and smash that subscribe button. Everyone else, make sure y'all click those thumbs. Appreciate you helping the show. And if you are like some of my guys over here, make sure you guys check out that link that's pinned up top to go ahead and become a member. If you want to go ahead and get off the bench and get in the game, make sure you hit that link and go ahead and become a member today. It does help to keep the lights on here for sure at Just Raiders, baby. But I appreciate everyone tapping in. Really quick before we go ahead and get into it, let me acknowledge some of my people in the building today. My guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, appreciate you tapping in, brother. Yes, so again, if you want to be like Mike and get in the game and become a member today, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that link up top. That's pinned up top in the chat. Appreciate everyone. My guy, Nav, man, what it do? Appreciate you tapping in. My guy, L11, appreciate you, brother, hopping on today, this afternoon, to go ahead and chop it up and talk some Raiders football. And, of course, my guy, Jack Hennis, salute to you, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for tapping in, my guy. What it do. But really quick, so when we start getting into it, there's a couple things that has happened. I mean, it's been a little bit quiet over the weekend and today, but we did have a few things pop up. We had Spytech and Carroll do the owners meeting today. And there's some interesting things that was said for sure. But let's go ahead and get into this part. Devin White, official today. He was signed officially today by the Raiders. Let me go ahead and show that that press release that was provided by the Raiders. And hopefully y'all can see it. Now you guys might have to zoom in a little bit, but Raiders making it official today, signing linebacker Devin White to the Raiders on that 1-year contract. So glad to go ahead and see that made official for sure. And then obviously in the other news, Hunter Renfrow visited the Raiders on Friday. As of yet, I did check just a little bit ago. We have not heard anything in regards to Hunter Renfrow maybe signing a deal with the Raiders. as of yet. Obviously, once that news drops, we're gonna go on and we're gonna talk about that. But official, Devin White is a Raider. I hope how y'all feel about that. Let me know. Make sure you guys light up the chat. I'm gonna be with you for the next about hour or so. It's gonna be kind of a quick show. Doing the new time slot, I feel energized. I feel good. Just got off of work a little bit ago. Got home a little bit ago. I wanted to go ahead and jump on and chop it up with you guys on this new time slot. So we're gonna be testing it out for a few weeks and see how it does. Instead of the 9 p.m. time slot that I normally do. So, but appreciate everyone tapping in with me again on this Monday night. But so Hunter Renfrow visited the Raiders Friday. We haven't heard anything yet, but I think the next big news that I heard, obviously, like I just said, Spytech and Carroll doing the owner meetings today. They were taking questions, answering questions. And Pete said they're still open to draft a quarterback. That, and I've said this. I said this in a few shows, y'all. I felt the plan hasn't changed. We're still moving forward. We're still going to go out and get a quarterback. And it was basically essentially kind of reaffirmed today by Pete Carroll. They're still going to be looking at guys just because they have Geno. Geno's a great ball player from what Pete said. And I'm going to go ahead and show the clip in just a second. That's not going to deter them from going out there and doing the necessary moves. If they see a guy that they like, that it's available, they're going to go ahead and pull the trigger. Just like I've always said. So that means maybe they make a move for Shador, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milrow. They did like Jalen Milrow. As you guys heard a few weeks ago during that combine, they met with Milrow. So that might be an option. And that's an option. I'm not big on Milrow, but if you're setting him behind Geno for the next 2 to 3 years, that is definitely an option that I'm willing to go ahead and consider. Let's go ahead and let me pull that up really quick. I had that ready. All right, here we go. Zoom in. There we go. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and take a listen. You might not see too good, but you can definitely go ahead and listen. Let me see. There we go.
Acquisition. How does getting Geno Smith change the draft approach? Do you see? Is there still a possibility of taking a quarterback as high as the first round?
Yeah, we're building, always, so taking Geno is an immediate fix for us. It's going to last us. We're going to get a number of years from Geno at his very best. He's as healthy and ready to go. He's as tuned in as he's ever been. But that doesn't mean that we don't see a guy. There's some guys coming out that have got tremendous potential, and we'll just take a look at each spot and the opportunity that's presented and the choices that we have. But we're not excluding taking any position at this point.
Acquisition. How does getting
All right. So y'all heard Pete. Shout out to Shifty, QB1 at Twitter. If you're on Twitter, make sure you guys go ahead and give him a follow. Salute to him for the snapshot. But y'all heard it. They're not going to exclude any guys that come along the way that look good. They're going to go ahead and take a crack at it just because they have Geno. They know what they have in Geno. But like I've said before, Geno's not going to be here forever. Geno, I say max 4 years. That's 4 years. That's doing a 3-year deal with the 4th-year option, possibly. But obviously, if he doesn't perform up to par, away you go, and that's what could potentially happen. So you have to have a plan for the future. So could Shador still be in play? Possibly. Could Jackson Dart be possibly in play? Yep. Milrow? Yep. Will Howard? Possibly too. These guys are like what I want to say is I expect to see a QB drafted in this draft for sure. for sure. Really quick, let me go ahead and hit up the chat before we go on any further. But I wanted to go ahead and share that with you guys because I think this is relevant news. This is going to change that draft plan that we're talking about. I've done a few shows. We've done the mocks. I did include in my mock at least a quarterback. There's some mocks that have been done with no quarterback considered, and I feel that just because you got Geno doesn't mean that you can just go ahead and pass up a quarterback. What it means is that now you don't have to be desperate about a quarterback. You don't have to go ahead and trade up for a quarterback. And that's very important, especially trying to gain this as much draft capital as possible, trying to build a team together as possible. Well, I'll go in a little bit more into what Pete said. I was a little bit busy today at work, so I had to go back and listen to that press conference, the Q&A that Pete did on the way home, and I got through 95% of it. Maybe little things at the end that I probably missed, but I got the gist of it. Was that they're gonna go ahead and put a team together. He liked what Geno had to offer. That's why they pulled the trigger. They like Devin White and what he can go ahead and bring. They want guys to compete. He likes Eric Stokes. He sees a lot of potential in Stokes. So I'm very excited to hear all these things that Pete said about specific pickups that they did in this free agency and going into the draft as well. Shout out to my guy, Luis. Appreciate you tapping in. Brother, what it do? Luca, salute, brother. Hey, it's all good, man. For sure. Appreciate the respect, brother. Let's see. My guy, Lord Rachita. I'm glad we got White. It's gonna be either good depth or a starter. I hope we draft a good cover linebacker to add to that room. Facts, brother. And like I said, I feel that we still need to go ahead and go out and get a linebacker. There is a good amount of prospects. We talked about it on Saturday. You got Jahan Campbell, Devin Walker. You got Jeffrey Bassa. Got Odalejo. You got Carson Swishinger. I'm just naming off a few off the top of my head. There's so many more that you can go ahead and pursue as well. So I expect us to definitely go out and get a linebacker to create more depth, but also too, it's setting up also for the future, having that next star linebacker coming in, providing that depth and that future. So what it do? What's good, my guy? Shout out to my guy 805. Thanks, brother, for tapping in. Appreciate you. Let's see. My guy, Raider Rundown, what is good? He goes on in about 45 minutes. So make sure you guys tap into him. Good stuff coming up. He's going to be talking about the draft. We're going to talk about the draft right now too, but he's going to go more into depth about it. I'm definitely going to be tapping into that for sure. Thanks for stopping in, my guy. Jeffrey, what it do? Salute to you, brother. Thanks for tapping in. Let's see. My guy 85. Nah, Shadur not play. I know you're not. Look, I know you're not about him at 6. It could still happen, man. It could still happen at 9, maybe 12. You never know, man. But I feel that for sure Raiders are gonna definitely go ahead and pick up a quarterback. As we all know that we have Jackson Dart's stock is rising. I think this is a guy who's probably going to go late first round, possibly. It's definitely there. But if he's there in the second, and we didn't get Shador, definitely could be an option for us, for sure. Let's see. My guy Navman. See what shady combine performance did to Gabriel. He is now projected late 4th round. Talk that shit. And we watched it. I watched the combine. I know you did. You were on Jeff's show. And yeah, it was not a great combine for him. Does he get picked up? Yeah, he will get picked up. It's just he's gonna be. I don't even think he's probably gonna go in the fifth. It could be that type of thing. It could be that type of deal for sure. But yeah, let's see. My guy 805. I'm good with him at 6, a 6 round. Come on now, man. Don't pair him up with his brother, bro. You know he got more skill than that for sure. Oh man. But yeah, that's for sure. Shador's projected to be there at 6. I feel like he's gonna be there. How does that change? Why does that change now? For one, everything that's happened after the combine, right? You had the Giants made some pretty big moves the last week. They went out and got Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. They got Russell on that 1-year contract, and then they got Jameis for 2. And I think they still have Tommy fucking Cutlets in the QB3 room. So they got those 3 guys out there. So would it make sense to go out and get a Shador or Cam Ward? Probably not when you got something like that lined up, right? But you never know. It's a draft. Shit could happen. We saw what Atlanta did last year. So I do not underestimate anybody. But the play there would not be to go ahead and get a quarterback. I'll be so I would probably think they would most likely get a tackle. Obviously, if maybe Hunter is there, that's somebody they go ahead and take a grab at. They have options at number 3, so watch that be the case. Tennessee, you have Tennessee now. They might either get Abdul or Hunter. They can still go out and get Cam, but not necessarily. I mean, they have Will Levis. I think they're going to try to go ahead and run with that kid and see what happens with them. But I mean, they've had him there for some time, and they really haven't seen too much productivity from him. So, let's see what happens. But when the talk is generational, I feel that's more like a Travis Hunter, dual Carter type of move, right? But and then you got the Patriots. They got Drake May. They got their guys set over there in New England. I don't think that's a move that they make. Again, that could be different type of moves. They can go out and get Members now. Probably is in the mix to be probably top 10. I know that name is gaining a lot of steam as well. So again, it just depends who's available. We know that the Jaguars not in the market for a quarterback at 5, and then that leaves us at 6, where we just have Geno and AOC as of right now. So I feel that Shador could be the move, but now we have options. We don't have to go ahead and go up to get a Shador. Obviously, if he's not there, Graham is not there, a couple other guys are not there. Not necessarily would it be Genty, but if they pick Genty, it is what it is. I'm not gonna cry about it. But if they decide to go ahead and trade back, that would be an option too. So we'll see. Obviously, speaking of Genty, I mean, we talked about it on Saturday. Do the Raiders go out and draft Genty at 6? I firmly believe that is not a move that the Raiders should make with this draft class being so deep, having a couple running backs in this draft class coming out that Chip Kelly's very familiar with. That would be an instant plug into his system that I feel would be a better fit. But I don't hate on Genty. Not mad at it. If it happens, it happens, and it is what it is. But now, like I said, my expectation is that this guy's going to be busting out 1,500 yards minimum. Anything below that, I feel that it's just we just wasted away that pick. So, but let me go back to the chat real quick. We'll go into it more. I want to hear those questions. I don't have a poll for you, but if something comes up, a hot question, I am going to put it on, and we're going to pull it. So for sure. And go up here. I'm a little bit behind the chat. All right. Okay. Shout out to my guy Eric. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for tapping in. If Geno's a guy, then no way 2 years. Maybe draft one in the 4th round, but definitely not in the 1st. Well, I mean, look, it's that type of scenario. I feel that with the relationship with Brady and Mark, and having Pete go out and do his homework, he's seen Cam, he's seen Shadur. Obviously, he was out in the combine, saw Milroad, saw Dart, met with Milroad. He knows there's certain guys that are in play. He's not shy away of not getting a guy in the 1st round. So that could potentially happen. Serious. Shout out to my guy Arnie. Salute to you, brother. Thanks for tapping in. I did not get to hear Spy Tech. I got to hear Pete. I got little clips of Spy Tech here and there. Basically talking about Devin White and that history there. I'm all for Devin White being a Raider now. I know that he wanted to come on board as a Raider back in 2019. Fortunately, didn't work out, but he's here now. And I feel that, I think he can go ahead and make an impact. I heard Pete's presser or his Q&A, excuse me, and he wants guys with chips on their shoulder. He was very excited about Devin White. So I am happy about that move. Obviously creates depth in that linebacker room, but not only that, I mean, there's things that can be improved on. Coverage is being one of them. That's something that you can work on, you can teach. So I definitely can't wait to see what happens there for sure. Salute to my guy SoCal South. Thank you for tapping in, brother. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you for sure. My guy Nav, he was a backup for 6 of his years, essentially. I assume that he's talking about Geno. Yep. Let's see. My guy Sacktown. We'll pick up one later behind Geno. Yeah, I mean, we can definitely. I feel that definitely to pick up a quarterback should be the plan. We should not walk away from this draft without drafting. I believe, even if it's a project quarterback, anywhere from the 4th round and up. Once you start going below the 4th, you get some of the quality, the skill level. It starts deteriorating. We saw, like Navman just said, hey, Gabriel's projected to go late 4th and not even the 5th round. Don't be surprised to be there. And I've done mocks where he's there in the 6th round. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's just that combine. He just had a terrible combine for sure. Eric Smooth, you should get Graham to play D tackle. Well, Graham does play D tackle, but that might be an option for the Raiders. I would definitely not be mad at that if the Raiders go out and get Mason Graham. That would be an insane front 4 with Crosby, Wilkins. You got Mason Graham, and then you got Coons on the other side. That would be insane. And I don't say, like I said, I know they signed Anna Butler, but that will not stop these guys from going out and getting guys like a Mason Graham or of that kind of caliber in this draft for sure. My guy Arnie, I've seen a lot of insider marks having us take Jalen Walker at 6. What are your thoughts? I don't know if you take him that high. I don't see it, man. To be honest with you, I feel that if that's your move, then you go back and and draft them at a still first round, but a lower first round. So, uh, yeah, that I feel that that would be the move. Let's see here. All right. My guy Arnie. I'm cool with Genty, T Mac, Shador at 6. Pick now. Walker, Membu, Baron are reaches. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? So, again, I'd rather not get Genty at 6. T Mac. I don't know if you tapped in on Saturday, but the whole thing with T Mac, I heard things that it might be an older clip from what he said. But either way, if that was his thought process at one point in time, that's concerning. That's concerning. For a guy who doesn't like ball or who doesn't really, go out and study tape, man. I mean, you can only get so far even with natural talent. I can't fathom not wanting to be the best version of yourself by doing everything possible to do that. To If that means you can watch film and improve yourself and see how guys play you and things you can adjustments that you can make. It just goes on the long run. But I don't know. I don't know. Nah, man. I think the best fit behind Gino this year is Miro. Yeah, maybe, man. Maybe. Let's see. Uh Arnie, would you be disappointed if we don't draft a QB, sign UDFA QB instead? We did get a UDFA in Bradley Carter, so I don't know. I don't think that's the route that we're gonna go. And especially if hearing Pete's Q&A earlier, that's the route they're gonna go. Now, I like what Navman's saying. Milrow in the third, maybe that. Hey, I'm not mad at that move either. So it whatever round it would be, whether it be the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, as long as we walk away with a good quality quarterback, I'm happy with that. We have to put some type of plan for the future in place. We just came from having Derek Carr for 9 years, getting rid of him, trying to plug in this quarterback. Uh, I want to use the term loosely, washed up. I'm not gonna put it on him though. You possibly could, but you plug in this quarterback uh, from the days where this offensive coordinator had him, and try to replicate something that was very unique in New England, and it didn't work out. And then when it didn't work out, you had no backup plan. You got a guy in AOC that you drafted in the fifth round, and you thought he was going to be your answer. And it didn't work out either. And we've been through this carousel of quarterbacks for the last 2-3 years, and we just saw what happens uh, when you don't have a plan at quarterback. We just came off probably one of our worst years in more than a decade. So you have to have something in place. You have to always be trying to improve yourself, and I don't give a damn if you have Shador fucking Sanders. If you have the ability to go out and get Archie Manning the next following year, you do it. You do it. It's that's the mentality that these guys have, and I love it. And they're not scared to not pull the trigger on these type of things. Right now, you got to be smart and not overreach for certain things. But if it's within grasp or it falls into your lap, you're gonna go ahead and you can go ahead and definitely pull the trigger for sure, for sure. Super Cowboys, keep your filthy Raider hands off my Genty, bro. You can have them for sure. You can have them. It's all yours, my guy. It's all yours. Eric Smooth, I think you can't take a QB until the fourth round because you can't get Pro Bowlers at certain positions in this draft down until the third round. Um, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. I still think you can go ahead and get a quarterback in the second round. You can get one in the third. Um, Obviously, if you're getting somebody in the first or second, these are guys that you're looking to start within a year or so, right? Anything behind that, where you're getting third or fourth, fifth round, six, these are project quarterbacks that you're looking to go ahead and sit for quite a few years and see what happens, right? Could the Raiders take that angle, that approach? They could. They definitely could, but doesn't necessarily mean that, right? We can go out and draft Shador, and Gino could go down mid-season, and guess what? Hey, kid, you're in. Go ahead and do your thing, and that's where we start really uh, the time, right, where his progression, uh, his mentoring begins at that point, right? Um, that definitely could happen. So I think this is what if I had to take it, if I had to take a gamble, if I had to take a shot at it, I feel that that's what these guys' mentality are. And when I mean these guys, I'm talking about Pete Carroll, John Spytek. They're not going to shy away from going out and doing what needs to be done and getting a quarterback because we all know, and we just went through this past season where we had half of our team go down in injuries. That could definitely happen. These guys will go out and get a quarterback. High talent. I don't know. They just repeated what I said earlier. I mean, because I figured that was the plan. Their plan is not changing just because Geno's here, right? So let's see. And make sure you keep bringing in your questions, guys, and appreciate everyone tapping in on this Monday night. If you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys head on over and smash that subscribe button. Click those thumbs. It does help to support the show. I am on the journey to get 1,000 subscribers. They got 951 earlier. I checked. Make sure you guys head on over, hit that subscribe button. I am constantly going out there and try to make great content for you guys. Doing shows, doing the Wednesday show, doing the Saturday show, bringing great guests on. And I got Raider Alex on this Saturday's episode with our guy Rundown as well. So make sure you guys tap into that. I got the next couple weeks booked out as well. So we getting people out there. We're getting big names, guys. So make sure you guys are tuning into that for sure. Appreciate y'all. 100%. Let's see here. Arnie Jay, if a Raider had a first pick in the draft, who would you draft? So are we talking the number one overall pick? I love Shador, man, but I feel the slight edge might go to Cam. I go to Cam. So, and that's because of what I feel that we need, right? Um, but let's say, man, that's hard because I want to also say Abdul Carter, and that's the thing. So I'm torn, but I'll probably get Cam. There you go. I love Shador, but hey, man, sometimes it's if I had to choose, those are the two. I feel that just Cam's a slightly better from what I've seen. Let's see. Who's your late round top QB to draft? If I'm drafting late round, just in the draft itself, I'm taking Will Howard. Will Howard in the fourth, I think will be a good pickup for sure. Uh, let's see. Uh, my guy Sacktown. I expect Jerry Jones to do something dumber than that to go ahead. To trade up to like 4 or 5 and pick up Genty, probably, bro, for sure. Oh man. All right. But let me see what else we got going on, guys. I had another thing to talk about. So we talked about Pete. Obviously, we talked about Hunter. Hunter could still be an option to come on over to the Raiders. A lot of us are not mad at that move. If it does happen, just check. Nothing as of yet, but there's still other free agent receivers out there. Obviously, we still have Tyler Lockett. And I've had mixed reactions from what I heard. Some people are like, I'd rather get Lockett than Renfrow. Some people are like Renfrow than Lockett because you know what the type of production we're going to get from Hunter. But remember, Hunter hasn't played ball in a year, so we might get a different Hunter Renfrow. You have Tyler Lockett, who has that continuity with Geno Smith. It's played with Geno Smith for like 4 years or 3 years. So it's literally picking off where they left off, but here, just now here in Vegas with the silver and black. So that would be, I feel that would be a great pickup. That would be a lot of help for Geno, and definitely need more weapons out there. It doesn't necessarily say you can't get both. You could definitely get both, but if you had to choose one, that's the question. Who would you choose, right? And actually, that's a good question. I'm going to go ahead and pull that, and let me know what you guys think. All right, who would you pick? Sorry, I typed this wrong. Who would you pick? Hunter. Tyler Lockett. All right, guys. So, question is, if you had to choose a wide receiver, who would you pick? Hunter Renfrow, Tyler Lockett. Make sure you guys go ahead and cast your vote. Definitely, this is a good question. I definitely want to go ahead and hear your thoughts about this, guys. So, go ahead and head on over, cast your vote, and then we'll go ahead and tally it up in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, and we'll see where we at. But yeah, so we got Tyler Lockett still available, Elijah Moore still available. We talked about him being with the Browns. That's a potential guy. He comes on the cheaper end. He's about $3.5 million market value. So you're not breaking the bank to go ahead and bring in another weapon, add wide receiver. So you have those guys available. I mean, there's still Amari Cooper out there, but he is on the higher end. His market value is about 19 mil, give or take. So I don't even know if he even wants to be a Raider again. So I don't even know if that's an option. But other than that, I mean, the next course of action, if you're looking to go ahead and address that wide receiver room, is the draft, right? So we talked about the draft. There are some guys that are available. Add wide receiver. It's not a super deep draft class, but it is a good draft class, right? We talked about on Saturday. We talked about T Mac and his thoughts, his quirks, his personal issues. Well, I don't know if you want to call it personal issues, but his issues with watching film and how he takes the game of football, right? To each his own, right? If you want to say, hey, this is an old film, it doesn't count, cool. But whether he knew he was being filmed or not, that's That might be his thought process, and could continue to still be his thought process. Could that be changed? Yes, it could, but it's hard to teach work ethic. That's the thing. Um, Wide receiver, you got Matt Golden, you got Luther Burden, um, at number 3. Uh, you got Emeka Ibuka out of Ohio State, Jaden Higgins, Trey Harris, Jalen Noel, Jalen Royals, Jack Beck, Alik Manor out of Stanford, Isaiah Bond, another potential guy that is available, Savion Williams. The list goes on. And obviously, we're looking to get somebody over 6 feet tall, that can go up for those 50-50 contested balls, that can go ahead and hop on over those shorter corners in the league, right? And because the only one that we currently have is Jacoby Myers, and I believe he's just right at 6 feet. So, but those are just some names out there. We talked about Tez Johnson. That's somebody that Joe liked. Ty Felton, he's another name out there as well. Somebody that I've talked about that I definitely do not mind going ahead and picking up. Got Nick Nash, the guy 6'3", 195, runs a 4.5. But Ty Felton, I mean, he's a little bit slimmer, but runs that 4.3, so he still got speed too. So those are just some of the wide receiver draft picks that are currently out there as well. But let me go ahead and go back to the chat because I appreciate everyone tapping in with me. Salute to everybody with me on this Monday evening, wherever you're at. Salute to everybody on the East Coast. Appreciate y'all tapping in for sure. Let me see. Here we go. Arnie. Draft 2 running back. I'm sorry. Draft 2 wide receivers. Higgins and Noel are perfect in Chip Kelly's system. Now I'm at Higgins, right? Noel too. So I mean, there might be options, but honestly, I think Jaden Higgins will probably go by the end of the second round. If not, he might have a chance to be there in the third round. Noel, Jalen Noel, same thing. I don't know if he'll still be there. He might be there in the third. That could be definitely a possibility for sure. Shout out to my guy Rosetown. Appreciate you tapping in. Thanks for stopping in, brother, for sure. My guy Navman. It looks like Geno's cap hit this year will be 31 mil for 2025. The extension and tying incentives to it, I think, is still the holdup. Well, so I'm glad you brought this up. I almost forgot about this. But obviously, they're still working on Geno's contract. They asked Pete about it. He said, we're working on it. Mind you, this is a guy who literally turned down 40 mil in Seattle to come over here to the Raiders. He wants to play with Pete Carroll. But the contract also has to make sense. He's a Raider. He's going to play this year. Now, that 31 mil can definitely be turned around if they make a new contract, an extension, right? They can defer some of that 31 million to next year, to 2027. It just depends how long the contract is for, what they're offering, how much money is guaranteed up front. All that has to be, taken in consideration. They have to meet it kind of in the middle, where not only does it make sense for Geno, but also makes sense for us on the moves that we're trying to make. And these guys know what. Obviously, they all know what's the mission, what's the vision, the alignment of the vision. I talked about that on Saturday. What the alignment of the vision is. Vision has to be aligned, and Geno's going to do what he needs to do to help to make that happen as well, right? Because at the end of the day, a guy needs weapons and he needs he needs to be set up for success. We can't just leave him high and dry. But um, uh, you know, but Geno being a Raider, he's in. There's no doubt about it. It's just the extension to alleviate some of that 31 million. He wants to be here for uh, a few years, and that definitely could happen. But it also has to go ahead and make sense both ways, right? So, uh, what is your conspiracy theory for Geno Smith? I don't know. Is there a conspiracy theory? I didn't know there was one, bro. Let me know what it is, because I honestly don't know. I just feel it just has. They're just putting it together, or it has to make sense. There's no rush on it, right? He's gonna get paid either way. So we went out, we gave a third round pick, and on the books we're charged for his salary, so we got to pay that. So yeah, but there's nothing to hold. Even if he holds out, that means he just gets paid for this year alone. That's it. Just gets paid for this year. So he's a Raider. That's it. It's just who's going to be here next year. That's the thing. But literally, they can make a contract signing right before the season starts. It could be that type of scenario. It could be that type of deal. So just kind of just keep that in mind, because the Geno signing, as far as the trade, it's a done deal. They put out the presser. He's a Raider. It's happened. He's out there studying tape. I feel like if there was really a cause for concern, we would have heard some cryptic shit from Geno. Everybody loves to put out cryptic shit. Geno is no different. So I feel that still would have happened. That we would have heard something. We would have heard or seen something that made us second guess all this stuff, right? But we haven't heard anything. So I feel that we're in the good. They're just trying to make sense of it. So let's see. My guy Sacktown. Spy Tech said today that it'll all be done soon. There you go. So if that, I didn't see it. This is the thing. I didn't get to see that. But if that's what the message is, expect to see a contract signing probably by like the next week or two, maybe right before the draft. It might happen. Or it might even happen after the draft. It's relative. I mean, we start April tomorrow. Tomorrow's the first day of April. April Fools. So we can hear something by after the draft. It'll be funny to see something happen right after the draft, because maybe the two will go hand in hand. That's why I say don't count. I know my guy 805 is like, nope, not Shadura at 6, but it could definitely happen, bro. It could definitely happen. I don't know. My guy Nav, if it were an unrestricted free agent, then it's easy. But he wasn't. But he wasn't 3 years left on the deal. Legally, it's a crazy mess. Hold on. If it were an unrestricted free agent, then it's easy. But he wasn't 3 years left on the deal. Legally, it's a mess. I don't think it's a mess. I think we're just on the bid for this year. And the next year he that's it. I think he goes on that free agency thing. I gotta look back into it. Let me see if I can look into it really quick. Geno Smith contract. Here we go. So I keep looking at this. I have all this almost like bookmark, y'all. That's crazy. All right. Let me see if hopefully you guys can see. If you guys can, I'm sorry. Try to zoom in as much as you can. Can I? Okay, yeah. All right, there we go. Cool. All right. So if you guys see 2025, we're on the hook for the 31. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I can't. Okay, so we're on the hook for the 31 as of right now. Okay. And then let me see if I can take my all right. Okay, so yeah, we're on the hook for this year, and then next year he's UFA, so he's unrestricted free agent. So there you have it. So we're just on the hook for this year. That's it. Next year he's a free agent. He can stay with us or he can go. Whatever he chooses to do at that point. Let me stop sharing. All right, there you go. All right, there we go. So there you have it. So that could change. He just wants a longer term deal. It could. So if that's what it says, is that like if Sacktown is right from what Spike Tech said that it's going to be done really soon, then it's probably gonna be like a 2 or 3 year deal. I'm thinking 3 because that to me makes more of a more sense. And then he gets like it'll probably be like 3 for 80 with like 35 guaranteed or something like that. And then he gets like 25 this season and then the rest next season. To where it's like maybe a $10 million cap hit. We're not like something to where like we just had with Booger Minshew. And then we're like, okay, cool. It didn't work out. Sayonara. Good luck to you. Go try to find a team that's willing to go ahead and take you. But if it does work, then obviously we still have him under contract. We're good to go. So yeah. My guy Arnie. Do you think we're waiting on Shador to fall to us at 6? Don't give Geno an extension. Let him play his year out. I think that let me close this because I'm lagging. This site makes me lag. I think that if it's soon's a relative term. Soon could be right after the draft. I believe that's maybe when the signing comes, or maybe right before. They could still do it, and it doesn't change their game plan on as far as them wanting to go out and get Shador, if they're going to go out and get Milrow, or if they're going to trade back and get Dart early first, or at least hop over a few guys in the second round. They can do that. They can do that. I think whatever they do with Geno doesn't necessarily determine what they're going to do in the draft overall. So, for sure. My guy, Rosetown. I say Campbell, Membu, O-line first, then Genty. Thoughts? Ward, Sanders, Hunter, Carter, and Graham off the board most likely. I don't know if we get Campbell that high. I like Membu. I saw some of his play. His stock literally shot up within the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, something like that. I'm on NFL Draft Buzz, and he's just right behind Will Campbell. He's ranked 3rd. Will Campbell 2nd. But I think, man, depending on where you go, there's some sites that have them flipped, right? Some guys have them 2nd. Will Campbell's 3rd, 4th, something like that. I'm not mad at picking up a lineman early. I'm not mad at that, but I feel that you can still get a quality one probably in the 3rd, 4th. Don't be surprised if these guys trade back. Genty, you heard me on Genty, bro. I don't think he's a number 6 pick. I feel that he's a guy that you probably pick up 9, 10, 12 to make that deal. I'm pretty sure if we trade with the Cowboys, they're the ones pick gonna go out and trying to pick Genty. So, but I don't feel like especially with this deep draft class, I don't think that you go out and get Genty at 6. My guy 805. My computer almost crashed when you said shit. Never mind. I gotta say it, bro. Man, if your computer is crashing, man, you need to stop watching that. That I don't know what you be watching, bro. Ever since that Adam Butler night, man. I don't know. I don't know, my guy. My guy Artie. Something is happening because he is not in the building. Plus, he didn't even get a presser, and Moser did weird. He's out doing stuff, man. I mean, he's a busy guy. I don't think nothing's happening. I think, bro, looking a little bit too much into it. He's gonna get paid, bro. He's getting a bag. 31 million is not chump change, bro. It's quite a bit of money. So yeah, I think he's a Raider. It's just trying to figure out the particulars for something longer term. We heard Pete earlier say years. It's gonna happen. So for sure. My guy CT, salute to you, brother. What's good? Shout out from Youngstown, Ohio. Salute to you, brother. Salute to Youngstown, Ohio, representing Raider Nation out there. Yes, sir. Hey, salute to you, brother. Thanks for tapping in, man. Appreciate you, brother. For sure. I appreciate everyone else tapping in with me on this Monday night. Again, if you guys haven't done so, or if you are new, make sure you guys head on over and smash that subscribe button. Click those thumbs. Help to support the show. Also, too, if you're like my guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, and want to become a member today, make sure you guys head on over and click that link pinned up top in that chat section. Go ahead and get off the bench and get in the game and become a member today. Appreciate you guys. It does help to keep the lights on for sure. All right. Let me go on to here. Let's see. My guy 805, Adam Butler party. Don't throw me with a good time. It will go down again in a minute for sure. Hey, brother. Hey, when I go out to Vegas, or if I'm trying to work out to possibly try to go out to Bakersfield, it might not happen. My boy's still a little bit too young to be in the car for. It's a long drive. It's 12 hours to Cali from where I'm at. So we'll see. But if I go to Vegas for a game, we definitely gotta link up, brother, for sure. I know Butler's gonna fucking bring it again this year, man. And I got good footage. I'm working on an intro video for Good Morning Raiders. So I got him in the clip. It's good, man, for sure. Arnie, who is your favorite free agency signing and who was the worst? Free agent signing, I mean, Jeremy Chen is probably my favorite one. I don't think I really have a worse one. Or my least favorite one, I probably would say would be probably Ian Thomas. But I understand that it's not an impactful move, but it's a depth piece. It's a depth move because you still need to have that, tight end 3 available in case, God forbid, when these guys go down. I don't even want to say it, right? But you got to have that. Fotu, I mean, he's another depth piece. He's not exciting, but it's just you need to have that depth just in case these guys go down. Or these guys obviously can bring some type of help and benefit to the team. That's why they went out and got sought. So yeah. My guy 805, just let me know. I'm always game for sure, brother. Hey, for sure, brother. We definitely got to run it, man. I'll be heading out to Vegas this season. I gotta pick and choose my games strategically But yeah, man, it's I gotta go out to the nation for sure. I gotta go out to Vegas, man, and represent um, for sure. Yeah, Chin, no question, sure, for sure. Let's see. Um, Chen, Chen the best. Devin Smith had an opportunity to suck, but also at the same time to thrive. Yeah, and that's the thing. He might come with a chip on his shoulder, bro. So I expect to see um a different. Uh, I'm sorry, Devin White. Expect to see a different Devin White um this season. I mean, he's coming to Vegas. He has the opportunity to work with Patrick Graham, Robbie Leonard, but not only that, Pete Carroll, right? Um, a lot of these guys, once they hear, the name Pete, especially defensively, these guys are jumping at the chance to come and play. We haven't made those big signings, and like I said, the free agency is not set up to create your roster to bring in to build that championship roster. That's really where the draft is. And a lot of these teams, right? We talked about KC, we talked about Baltimore, Philly. They're getting their guys from the draft. Man. I mean, shit, we just saw what Bond can do, Sweat. These guys, what's his name? Jesus Christ, the corner. We saw what the product of a really good draft can do for you. That's this is just our turn. And if we do it right, we will walk away winners. Right. And I feel that we have the best guys to do it. Last year with Telesco, it was really that lack of aggressiveness, because sometimes you have to know when to be aggressive, and then there's sometimes when you have to kind of sit back and kind of let things play out for you, right? Tom is a very calculated individual where he does not like to be aggressive. He'll sit back, let the draft come to him. He'll go through his checks, right? So he'll have his guys set up on who he wants at 6, who wants at 37, who he wants at 86 or whatever, 93, whatever the pick is, right? He'll have a list of guys that he'll just kind of go through and see who's there. Um, or maybe he'll find something kind of like that spur of the moment. But normally that's how he does it. Spytek and Pete, they're not afraid to go up and get a guy and make those moves necessary to do that. So hopefully we get to see a different draft this year, and I think we will for sure. We haven't done June 1st cuts yet. We'll still be picking up some solid players too. Facts. And sometimes, I mean, these guys do not suck. It's just that sometimes they just don't fit in the system. It has to make sense for them, and if it doesn't, then they don't look good. We've seen, for example, we just saw what happens in McDummie's system, where it's so exact, where if you don't execute a play to the T, it just looks like dog shit, right? And some guys can't compete. Some guys can't compete, can't flourish in certain systems, and they just might be a better fit in a different system, and that's just kind of what happens. So, for sure. My guy Nav, we can expect lots of competition and nastiness in camp. Yep. And on the same note, speaking of camp, and I'm glad you brought that up. I don't know if you guys know, but training camp will not be in Napa this year, guys. I don't know. I heard that it was something with the city or the area that just didn't fall through. That just fell through. So it looks like the Raiders are going to stay in Vegas, going to stay in Henderson for training camp this year. We'll see. I'm gonna try to see if I can head on over to Vegas. That's what I'm saying. 805. I'm gonna try to make it out to to Vegas, even right before preseason, maybe catch a little bit of training camp. That'd be some great footage, some great content to go ahead and shoot out there. Obviously try to, you never know, I might get lucky. Try to get one of these guys to maybe come on and do a podcast and, chop it up really quick on, how they like being a Raider and what they expect this season. So we'll see. I would have to really be lucky for that. But at least to go out and be out there in training camp would be pretty cool for sure. My guy Jeff just woke up from a nap. Salute to you, brother. Oh man, he was letting us know in our group chat that he really didn't appreciate getting woken up. Hey, bro, that was your boys right there, man. That wasn't me. I was busy working today, so go yell at them for sure. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put in your questions, guys. I'll take a few more questions before I head up out of here. Again, I appreciate everyone tapping in with me on this Monday night. Wherever you're at, thank you guys for coming on and chopping up with me, talk a little bit about Raider football and kind of what we expect for the future for sure. So, but make sure you guys go ahead and put in your any questions you guys want to go ahead and ask. And really quick, let me go ahead and go over the poll I put up earlier. I asked, who would you choose at wide receiver? Who would you pick, Hunter Renfrow or Tyler Lockett? 58% says Tyler Lockett. 42% say Hunter Renfrow. 12 votes casted in. If you haven't done so, make sure you guys head on over, cast your vote. Let your voices be heard. I'm going to go ahead and close that out in just a bit for sure. Let's see here. My guy Arnie. Every offseason is the same. Great expectations, great hype lead to poor, mediocre regular season. We need action. Just win, baby. No more hype train. Yeah, brother. Hey, look, this is the thing. This is why, like, guys like me, 805, Jeff, we curb our expectations and we're telling you guys, look, don't expect us to go to the playoffs this year. It's not going to be that type of year. Expect us to do 7-10, 8-9, 9-8 if we really play good and have a really good draft. 9-8, and we might possibly make a wild card appearance. Maybe, right? That's kind of stretching it. So you have to kind of curb your expectations. I know these guys are just on the win now mode and everything, but you can only do so much in one season, right? The plan is to have something built even after Pete is gone, right? So they want something where it's winning for the next 5, 8 years, 10 years, possibly, right? But in year one, it's a lot to do. It's a lot to do. Really, where the free agency splash is going to happen is next year. Next year is really where the big signings are going to be. And mark my words, that's where you're going to see that stuff happen, right? This year has been kind of quiet. It's been chill, low key, and it's for that reason, because we're just getting depth pieces. We're getting the foundation. We're putting up the sticks, the beams, right? And getting ready to put the insulation and the drywall for those construction guys. Maybe you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not a construction guy, but I kind of know how a house gets built. But that's essentially it, right? Can't put the roof up, can't put the walls up if there's no sticks, right? Or there's no foundation. Can't put a roof if there's no walls. So that's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. So my guy Jeff, they didn't rip me up. I know, bro. I know. But hey, I don't know. They could have. Oh man. Let's see. Uh, my guy Arnie, where is our roster better, worse, or the same as last year? Name one bold prediction for this year. Um, I think our roster is slow. I don't think it's hard to say right now where our roster is at because we're not done building our roster. We still have we're still going through free agency. We're still picking up guys, right? We just picked up Devin White, last Thursday or Wednesday, whatever it was, Wednesday or Thursday. I forgot what day it was. We just picked them up, so we're still building our roster, and we still have the draft that's literally coming up in what 25 days or 24 days. I don't know how long it is. So we're still building our drafts. It's hard to judge to see what how to rate it yet. So I don't want to give you a rating because I can't really give you one because it's still being built. But one bold prediction, I mean, you know, definitely see a big move in the draft for the future. That's how I feel. That's where I see. My guy Rosetown, Arch Manning next draft we getting. Never know, bro. Never know. Like I said, if these guys have the ability to do it and they're not having to go ahead and trade the farm, they'll pull the trigger, bro. They'll pull the trigger for sure. Let's see. All right. Arnie, would you extend Miller, Mayer, and or wait until the end of the season? You could wait closer towards the end of the season and just kind of see where we're at. There's certain dudes that if you really want to keep, let's say for example, if you really wanted to keep Spillane, you could have made a deal right before the season ended, right, and lock him up. But that wasn't done for whatever reason. Maybe Mark knew they were going to leave it for the next regime or whatever, right? But now the new regime is here. They're going to be here for next year. Um, I I doubt they'll get canned unless it's like an 0-17 season type thing, right? Where it's just even worse. But with Pete and everybody that we've hired, no way, right? Um, Minimum we end the same, but that's literally like I'm not even gonna go there. But either way, I feel that move could be done towards the end of the season for sure. Nav is arc probably 2027. We got to see a full season from him. Yep. Salute to my guy. We the people appreciate you tapping in. My guy Billy, what it do? Thanks for pulling up, brother. About to head on out and in a little bit. Again, I went ahead and put that poll out there. If you had to choose that wide receiver, who would you pick? Hunter Renfrow, Tyler Lockett. So far, 56% say Tyler Lockett, 4,400 Renfrow, 16 votes casting in. Make sure you guys head on over, cast your vote, let your voices be heard. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's a good question, man. You never know. It could be both, man. Like, I should have put both. But you know what? I wanted to know in your heart to heart, who would you want to pick, right? Arnie, would you give Tyler? Nope. Honestly, bro, unless he had like a breakout year, then I'm giving him a 5th year. But if he's not, no way. I'm not doing it. He has to have that breakout year for sure. Let's see. Yep, see, Sal's on my with me. He's like, no one knows. Yeah, but let's see. I think that's pretty much it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end this poll. All right, guys. So the end of it was 52% Lockett, 40% Renfrow, 17 votes casted in. There you go. Yes, Arnie comes with the questions, bro. He's on it. He's on it every show for sure. for sure. Love it, man. Sometimes sometimes I come up with my questions through him. Sometimes he comes with the questions. These are great 8 questions for sure. Appreciate it. All right. I think that's it, guys. I'm gonna head on out. About that dinner time. Really quick. Let me go over a couple things. Paid in bills. All right. So remember, got the Raider Connection on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys tap in for that. Cheetah will not be here, but I might have our guy Run step in and cover for our guy Leo. I'll find that out probably by tomorrow or something like that. Let y'all know. But at least me, Jeff, and Nate will be on Wednesday. And if these guys don't want to be on shit, I'll go on again. I don't give a damn. Screw y'all. I'll hold it down. Ray Connection solo. And again, Saturday morning, Good Morning Raiders, 10 a.m. Pacific. Make sure you guys tap into that. That is a guest show with my guy Rundown. On this week's show, we have Raider Alex tapping in. So make sure you guys don't miss that. And I know you finally you guys get to put a face to the name. He has really good takes. I've seen him do other shows. So we're really lucky to go ahead and have him on for Saturday. So make sure you guys tap into that for sure. But again, I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys tapping in. And of course, as usual, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you guys hit that like button, click those thumbs. If you're new, make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button. I appreciate you guys tapping in. And again, if you guys are like my guy, Sacktown Raider Mike, and if you want to go ahead and get off the bench and get in the game, make sure you guys click that link, become a member today. It really does help to keep the lights on. Got special features, special perks. If you guys are going to get off that green dot, if you guys want to do a higher dot, got you covered. But if you want to go ahead and be a member of that green dot again, make sure you guys go ahead and click that link that's pinned up top. But I appreciate everyone tapping in with me again on this Monday night. And I think that's all I have for you guys. Let's go ahead and head on out. Appreciate you guys. I will tap in with you guys on Wednesday for the Raider Connection. And as we do, we got to go ahead and sign off the right way. Sign off the Raider way. Let me do this. I had to do it twice for my people in the back, my people in the bench, for sure. Hey, appreciate you guys tapping in. As always, just Raiders, baby. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.